Hello everyone, welcome to Book Concepts. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to cut a long sleeve shirt for men from start to finish. One of my brothers asked me to make a long sleeve shirt for him some time ago. I took his measurement and made a long sleeve shirt with it. The shirt fit him perfectly and he was so happy about it. And he asked me again to make a similar shirt for him. Since the shirt fit him perfectly, I now decided to create shirt blocks from the measurement. You know, blocks are very thick without seam allowance. And you can't place them on top of fabric. It will be too hard for you to pin down to your fabric. So I copied the block parts with a lighter pattern paper. So I'm going to show you the different copied parts and their names. This is the front body. It's half part of the front. And this is the top center front placket, the button stand. This part is where the buttonholes are going to be. And the other side will carry the button part. So this front placket, you can use it in two ways. You can bring it to the front like this. This part will be the buttonhole stand. Or you can put it to the back like this. And this part will also be the buttonhole stand. This is the back body. It's the middle part of the back. As you can see, it's not a complete back because half of the top is cut out. Now I'm going to bring that half part. This is the half part. It's called the yoke. And if I put this part at the top now, then we have a complete back. You can see that the armhole side is very long because a little part of this yoke is going to come to the front later. You will see it as we go along. The next one is the collar. This is the top of the collar. And this is the collar band. And it's going to come like this. Every of these parts are all with same allowance. And again, they all have parts. We don't need the other side because we are going to fold our fabric into two. Then you place this part on top. When you cut, definitely the other part will appear. Next one is the long sleeve. It's a long sleeve shirt. So this is the long sleeve part. And this is the cuff. And this one is going to be at the end of this sleeve later like this. Like that. It's a little bit surplus at this side because later we are going to plait this place to match the cuff. So all I have here is 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Plus the sleeve upper and the lower placket, that would be 9 pieces. This is the sleeve upper placket. And this one is the sleeve lower. I've already folded it into shape. The way it's going to be when I finish sewing the long sleeve shirt. Then I'm going to open it up. I'll straighten it out for you to know the dimension. The length is 7 inches, while the width is 2.5 inches. I'm going to open this up as well. This one is also easy. The length of this is also 7 inches. Then the width is 2 inches. You can use measurement to also cut this out if you like. Then I'm going to place it on top of the fabric right now and cut them out. And this is the fabric. It's a very beautiful fabric for this shirt. Yes, we're going to make something nice out of it. I'm going to cut out these different parts of shirt from this fabric now. Before you start cutting out your fabric with your pattern papers, please make sure you iron every rough part out of your fabric for you to be able to have a nice cutout. As you can see, I folded this fabric into 2 parts. Now I'm going to place the pattern paper, the front body pattern paper on top. Another thing that is good about this channel is that we don't waste fabric here. We save fabric. So you can see, I'm going to cut out exactly the amount of fabric that I need to cut out this front body. Yeah, it's going to be both sides because it's folded into two already. The next thing I'm going to do now is to pin this pattern paper down with the fabric. As you can see, I've cut it out already. So you can see I left a little bit at the end of this front placket to enable you to have enough fabric to properly line down this front placket. That one is done. See the both sides. We need two of this yoke. One is going to be inside and the other one is going to be on the outside because it's going to be double at the back. Why? Because the parts that this yoke is going to be directly touching the skin at the back. So we need to protect it with the second part so that it doesn't wear out on time. That's just the reason. So I'm going to take this pattern paper out and use this to cut the second one of it. So the two parts is already cut out. When it's done, then this band, I'm still going to cut two pieces out of it. First, I'm going to cut out the first part, then I'll use it to cut the second part. This is two. I'm pinning down now. Like this. Then I'm going to use this to cut the second part. I've cut out the back and the front now, the one that is going to be inside and the one that is going to be at the back. This is the collar band. The two is ready. I'll pin down the collar too. I'm going to cut it out now. And I'm still going to use it to cut the second part because we need two. One is going to be on top and the other one at the back. I've cut out the collar. I have both sides now. Then this is the cuff, the end of the sleeve. So I also need two of this. One is going to be on the surface and the other one is going to be inside. So I need to cut this out now and use it to recut the second part. I've cut out the two cuff. This is one. This is the second one. This one is done. Now, as you can see, I've pinned the back body down to the fabric. I'm going to cut it out now. It's on the fold. If you are cutting yours, make sure your fabric is folded into two. And this is the center back. So I'm going to cut it out now. Which is the sleeve. And when I finish cutting this out, I'm still going to use it to cut the second part. You know, sleeves are two, not one. So I'm going to cut this out right now. I've cut out the second sleeve. I've pinned them down now. I'm going to cut it out. These are all the parts already cut out. This is the front body. Two parts are here. This is the yoke. The two parts are also here. This is the cuff. The two parts are here. This is the collar band. I have the two parts too. the back body, the solid fold, the collar, the two parts are also here. Then the sleeves, both hands are here. Please watch out for the second video, which is the sewing part, and that will be the finishing touch. Thanks for watching.